What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with round 2 in this best of 7 series against Batuhann. Remember, it was Punkstar who hosted it. If you want to see the series, it is on his YouTube channel / on his Twitch. Actually, don't know if he has a YouTube channel. I have to check that out. Anyways, we've got a special one for you today. I saw in the rules that King of the Hill was an option in the maps, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to say no to King of the Hill. And the way that the maps are chosen is if you lose, you get to pick a map. And I lost, so I picked this one. Going in with Oranos here, trying to kind of cover all the different variations on this map and see if I can find an advantage. You get water, which is effectively like a Mediterranean style thing. Super important to hold the water because obviously if you hold the water, you win the game because of the King of the Hill in the middle. Second option of this map spawn is kind of like an actual king, a literal hill in the middle, which while there are some gods that might be slightly stronger than Oranos there, I feel like you can be completely fine with Oranos on that map in most situations. So covering a lot of the angles there with Oranos. The last one is on a Ghost Lake type thing. And again, I think maybe that one Oranos is quite strong on as well. So going in with the Atlantean to see how things are going to go. Now, he does pick Loki here, which does give me a bit of a head scratch. Not 100% sure what he's thinking about going with the Loki, but he does decide to pick Loki here. I get a awful fish spawn here now. King of the Hill is not an updated map. It is very, very imbalanced and not the most competitive of maps ever. So I get a really, really bad fish spawn at the start / don't scout it out. That's probably on me not having the experience here. I'm going to have a difficult time trying to get to the second age here, and things are going to be a bit tough. So, strategy-wise, what are we thinking right here? Well, first and foremost, we're thinking, gotta get to that center island somehow. He can't get there just yet. I can't get there just yet. The only way onto the center island for me as the Oranos player is going to be the transport ship, and then after that, I might be able to drop a sky passage or something there and have a really, really good time. However, he has a longboat. Longboat he can build to defend and transfer someone over there. So he might be able to get the first claim of the Plentyvault. But luckily, that's not going to be able to happen until the mid-game, and I can play around that when it does, when it so happens. So, yeah, we're just trying to basically play a really, really simple early game here. 6 fishing ships advance is the game plan. 2 docks, maybe 3 docks, depending on what we see. I'm not too worried about Loki here being able to do all too much on the water. So I really, the only thing I'm kind of concerned with is a land rush of some variety. And I do spot the temple there, and you can see the Ulfsuck is walled in. In hindsight, if I had some gold here and some forethought, I could have shockwaved that Ulfsuck and potentially killed it off if I made a hero oracle there. But I didn't have the resources to make that, and I didn't really want to advance too late, risk any of that, so I just let it go up. Now I see this temple there, and my first thought is, this has to be a fake, right? It's gotta be a fake. There's no way that he would go for a Heimdall rush when the water's here and the Plentyvault's in the middle. Because if he goes heavy on the land here, and I go heavy on the water, I just win in 8 minutes because he's not going to be able to get onto the water, is kind of my thought process. So if I can just spam a bunch of ships and take control of the sea, I'll be very, very happy here. So that being said, I do have to make sure that I don't just completely wiped off the land. But for the most part here, I am in the back of my mind. I think that this is either a fake Heimdall rush, or he's going to attempt to rush my docks, which I don't think is a very smart move. Rushing the docks isn't going to work. The other thing that I think he might be trying is like a fast heroic here, which I think is potentially really, really strong. So I am a little bit worried about that. So I don't really have a plan for that. I do chuck my barracks down here. As I can see, he's got a couple of Hersa out. He's 3 Hersa. And that does dictate quite a bit, because it means he is most likely, as he does use his undermine on my barracks, he is most likely going with villagers on food right now. Is my thought process. He's got 3 Hersa there. So I just have to retreat back home, defend my docks, throw some buildings up. I need to decide between going for counter barracks here or going for military barracks. I think I make a mistake going for the military barracks. I should have gone counter barracks straight away and then started making myself some, as he does sneak onto that main land there, or not main land, onto the King of the Hill land there with a Hersa. A little bit annoying, but he manages to do that. I should have gone counter barracks here and started making Cairo Ballista right off the bat, because here's the thing. If I could get my Cairo Ballista into the middle of the island, Cairo Ballista are actually really good against ships. So I can actually use those to defend that island and attempt to hold on to the middle land. But at this point, I don't have any option here. I'm getting myself a transport ship now to try and get onto the middle island to start that ticker, because it actually does matter here. Because here's the thing. I know that he's kind of going land here, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, surely he's not. Surely this is still a fake. Even though I've seen him with his units, I still think it's a fake. I still think he's bound to just pop out with a whole bunch of longboats any minute now, and these Miller that I'm training are going to be a complete waste of time. And as I say that, the blue, and I'm thinking this, the blue dots, they start coming into my base. You can see the INER comes in first, and I'm like, okay, time to stop boat production, time to build myself that counter barracks I wish I'd built, because now there's throwing axemen coming, trying to get myself watchtowers as well. I'm thinking, okay, he's going full land. This has to be a mistake. I'm going to try and grab the center island here, keep building longboats as best as I can, try and hold on here on the water, on the land, and just if he does decide to go for a crazy push here, hopefully I can hold, but at the very least I've got a win condition in the middle of the water here, and I'm not 100% comfortable with my situation here, but I do see that there's a way out, even after kind of maybe some poor decision making from the get-go. But he's coming in hard, and he's going straight for my town center here. I do have shockwave. I tried to click that shockwave so I would send those thrown axemen right into my Mermillo. Mermillo technically beat the thrown axemen if they're on top of them at the get-go, but it's a little bit difficult anyways. We do see the INER. I managed to snipe that with my hero citizen, but he's just got so many units here, and I'm just not producing enough. He gets his Valkyrie here as well, and at this moment I'm like, well, I got nothing left. He's got 3 or 2 INER now. He's got a lot of INER. He's got a handful of Hersa remaining. If I kill off this dock, we're going to be in a good position. Let's just spam out ships as best as we can here. I don't really have an easy way to defend this town center, so I should be looking to run my villagers to the corners of the universe here. They're citizens, so you can just pop them anywhere. And I've got, what's the time, 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on this King of the Hill. That's a long time. I lose my town center. I start running my units, leaving villages in all different places. Run into the corner at the back here is a little cheeky move, because chances are he's just going to leave my base after a while, and I can just move back in onto that gold mine and enjoy that a little bit later. I was kind of hoping there'd be wood there, but I don't see it, and I'm going to sneak elsewhere in this game as my hero citizen does fall. Now, unfortunately, I didn't set up any sort of sky passage network into that center of the island, but I do still have my transport ship, and I still got plenty of citizens here to produce from these two docks at this moment. So there's two facts here. So the first fact is I can defend my docks against a land assault here with the amount of bareems that I've got, no problem. I can get full line of sight of the shore. I've just got to be very, very careful because he can shoot the docks up really, really fast. He's going to try and sneak one up with a thrown axe, and I'm going to put a stop to that. And we're literally the only win condition right now is King of the Hill. Like, funnily enough, if this was like a what do you call it? Sacred Pond. Sacred Pond's a very, very similar map to this. If this was Sacred Pond, it'd be a very terrifying time here, as I do manage to get my citizen into the transport ship. If I'd lost those there, this might have been a very, very difficult game to continue in, because not having, well, the citizen have a few different things that they really need to do here. First thing is I need to get buildings down on the Plenty Vault, because if you have a couple of buildings there, that's gonna give you more chance to hold on to, well, not chance, it will allow you to hold on to the Plenty Vault a little bit better against a swath of units. So if he sends like one unit over there and I've got a building on it, then that one building counts as one unit controlling the Plenty Vault. If I have 2 buildings, 3 buildings, 4 buildings, etc., then he needs more and more units to get on here. Not only that, I want to spend some of my food on some Mermillo here, as I'm still trying to get these bareems out, keeping control of everything. We do see towers coming up. He's actually playing it really smart here. I didn't expect towers as a way onto the land, onto the water. But it does really make it hard for me to control that location, though I can come in and snipe some units here and really slow him down as he's trying to get a tower over there. He's a little bit too scared, I reckon. He probably could have just sent it on that dock over there. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to bring all of my idols in, get myself that hero citizen, and get some towers up. This turns out to actually be a bit of a fake here, as he's going to pop some docks up over on the other side of the water, and I've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. That's not a lot of time here. That's not a lot of time at all, as the troll comes forward. Going to be causing some issues here. And the thing is, he's the blue color here, so it's kind of hard to see on the mini-map what's going on, but well, maybe he hasn't done it yet, but he might be. I don't know. I'm looking at this dock here, and I'm thinking, Shockwave maybe? This was a mistake. This was 100% a mistake. That shockwave effectively stops a transport ship from getting close to the King of the Hill here. So he gets the dock up. I actually spotted the dock there on my screen, but I'm not sure I noticed it at the bottom of my screen there. Not sure I noticed it, but yeah, he's got. It's going to be very, very scary here. Going to try and get some more buildings down on the main land. I'm putting the towers up on the wrong side, so I didn't notice the docks going up over the other side, and I've got a lot of protecting to do for the time being. I've got all my population right now basically in bareems. I got a handful of units, if that. The Mermillo coming out of that one barrack's going to take a while. Trying to throw some more buildings down on this Plenty Vault, and I still haven't noticed the docks, and now I finally see the docks. There's already 3 docks up, and I go, oh shit. 3 docks still has a problem here. If you think about it, 3 docks is 3 longboats in about 15 seconds, and I've got 15. So I'm still going to be fine to take these fights here. He's trying to pick off some of my fishing ships. Don't really care. I just want to attempt to get as much stuff onto this King of the Hill island as I possibly can. I'm a little bit short on gold right now, as the transport ship. I noticed the transport ship. If he made a straight line onto the shore here, it looks like I do just barely manage to kill it. There was probably like 10 units in there, and he would have 100% caught the Plenty Vault there if he made it. But I managed to catch that one. He goes into another longboat here. I tried to grab all my bareems, but I just didn't click them all. And he manages to get in onto my land here, but it's only 3 throwing axemen. So I just need to stay close to the plenty vault with my 4 units and my 2 buildings. Technically, the building foundation counts, and I can hold on to the plenty vault. 15 seconds left. He still has a chance to get over there, but he needs to send like 30 units, or not 30 units, but like 10 units into that mainland to get on there. And he does actually have those, and he does decide to resign 5 seconds before the timer is up, and we managed to steal a win here, ladies and gentlemen. I genuinely did believe that the rush was going to be somewhat of a fake, and I thought it's gonna be some sort of a like surprise on the water. He's gonna jump in, just spam towers like Heimdall Towers or something on that mainland. But he ended up just going for the main base and creating a really, really unique kind of game to play. Very fun. Getting a 1 win on the board really, really brings my confidence up here going into game number 3. So it was really, really fun. If you guys enjoying this format, I'm probably not going to be doing it again, but there's a couple more games to go through of this one. So let me know in the comments, and I'll pop them up in a couple of days. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.